Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we start our lesson, we will begin with reciting surah. The first one will be Surah Al-Fatihah, Surah Taha ayat 1 hingga 5, Surah Al-Insyirah, Surah Al-Kafirun, and then Surah Al-Ikhlas by 3 times. After that, followed by selawat ke atas Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam di akhirat kelak. Dan kita niatkan segala bacaan surah dan selawat kita ni untuk kedua orang tua, keluarga dan seluruh umat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Kemudian doa sebelum belajar, semoga dengan usaha ini akan membantu pelajar agar mudah memahami dan dibukakan hati para pelajar untuk mencintai ilmu. Okay?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على العرش استوى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد 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 محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل 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 محمد
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmat-Mu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmat-Mu, wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku, dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, 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 Ya Rabbal Alamin. In this session, we will discuss about two topics. First, operations with fraction, and the second one, ordering of integers, decimals, and fraction. So, can you please get ready with your notes, page 26 until 29, your worksheet, page 26 until 30. Now, we will begin with addition and subtraction of fraction. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to add fractions and mixed numbers. Second, subtract fractions and mixed number. Our S2S, our steps to success. First, make denominators the same. Second, identify the keywords in the questions. And last one, apply bar diagram method to solve the questions. And don't forget to copy down the S2S in your notes. And actually, you already learned this topic during primary level, yet I will still discuss this topic thoroughly because some students still cannot do these operations with fraction. Okay, so take this chance for you to learn the method and improve your fraction. Now, we are in page 26, addition and subtraction of fraction. Two fractions can only be added or subtracted if they have the same denominator. That is very basic, okay? If fractions do not have the same denominator, we must find their equivalent fraction before adding or subtracting. And this statement can be illustrated by this example, alright? For example, here we're going to add 3 out of 4 and 1 out of 8. And we don't have same denominator, correct? So we need to find the equivalent fraction that will make the denominator equal. Okay, so 4 we times with 2, and when we multiply 2 to your denominator, we must multiply 2 also for your numerator. That is very basic. And then we're going to have 6 out of 8. Now, we have 6 out of 8 plus 1 out of 8, and then we can proceed with the additions, and the final answer will be 7 out of 8. And mind you that denominator means the bottom number of a fraction, numerator means the top number of a fraction, equivalent means the same as. Okay. Now, I will give you 1 minute to solve this example 17a. 1 minute from now. Okay, now, as you can see here, our denominator is different, right? Therefore, your first step, you need to make sure the denominator is the same. And here, I will multiply these two with 2. And I also multiply the numerator with 2. And then, it will become 2 out of 4 plus 1 out of 4. And we already have same denominator here. Then we can proceed with the addition. And your final answer is 3 out of 4. And here we have proper fraction. So this will be your final answer. Okay. Next, example 17b. 3, 5 out of 6 minus 1, 1 out of 6. I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now, for here we have same denominator. And if we see the numerator, we can subtract that 1 from that 5 directly. Therefore, I will use this method. I will not change them into improper fraction. I will solve these subtractions in fraction by subtracting the whole number by the whole number, numerator with the numerator, like this. Okay, so 3 minus 1, we will get 2. 5 minus 1, we will get 4. And mind you that 4 and 6 we can simplify. And always simplify your answers. And 4 become 2, 6 become 3. And your final answer will be 2 out of 3. Okay, so final answer will be 2 out of 3. Next, example 17C. Find the fraction which is midway between 3/8 and half. Midway means tengah-tengah. Okay, so one of the solution will be this one. First step, I will add both of the fraction, 3/8 plus 1/2. Okay, and then I will make the denominator equal, and I will get 7 out of 8. Okay, and then because the question asks you to find the fraction which is midway, tengah-tengah, and then 7/8 is not the final yet. So here 7/8 I am going to divide by 2. Okay, and then I will get 7 out of 16. And this solution can be illustrated by this diagram. Okay, now we're going to find the midway fraction here between 3/8 and half. Okay, so it will be like this. Alright, 3/8 plus 4/8 divided by 2, and I will get this one, and that is how I got 7 out of 16. And here how I get 7 out of 16, use your KCF. Okay. Moving on with example 18. In this example 18, it involves word problems. So find the keywords. Okay, find the keywords for the questions. Right? Half of the cars in a car park are red. 1/4 of the cars in the car park are blue. What fraction of the cars in car park are red or blue? How are you going to solve this kind of questions? Okay, if the question asks you like this, alright, red or blue or whatsoever, okay, and make sure we're going to add the fraction. Okay, make sure we're going to add the fraction and proceed with the solution, and you should get 3/4. Okay, remember, I repeat myself, if the question asks you this kind of questions, what fraction of the car in the car park are red or blue, we have two fraction here in both, so the operation will be addition. Next, example 19. At a pie eating contest, Aiden got through 2/3 of a pie before time was called. Malik finished just 7/12 of a pie. How much more pie did Aiden eat than Malik? I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now to solve these questions, I will give you two methods. Method 1 will be bar diagram method. Okay, now I will draw boxes for Aiden and Malik. And as you can see here, I draw each of them 12 boxes. 12 boxes for Aiden, 12 boxes for Malik to make it equivalent. But for Aiden, I will split it into 3 parts because I want you to see this 2/3. Okay? Right now, let us shade Aiden first. We shade 2/3 of Aiden. Alright, and then Malik is 7/12. We shade 7 boxes for Malik. And now you can see the difference here is 1 box, correct? You can see here the difference is 1 box here. Therefore, how much more pie did Aiden eat than Malik? The answer is 1/12. Okay, 1/12. For second method, you can use calculation method here. So 2/3 minus 7/12. Make the denominator equal. So you will get 8/12 minus 7/12, and you still will get 1/12. Okay. Therefore, the final answer is 1/12. Example 20. Amelia wants to attach ribbon around her wardrobe. She has 4 meters of ribbon. How much more does she need? Give your answer as a fraction. She already had 4 meters of ribbon, but how much more does she need to attach ribbon around her wardrobe? I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now step 1, you need to know the total ribbon that required to attach ribbon around her wardrobe. Okay, so first you need to get the keywords here around. Mathematically around mean all sides. Okay, so this question is actually talking about the perimeter. Okay, that is how you find out the keywords to know what action that you're going to take. Okay, and here we need to find the perimeter for this rectangular box wardrobe, alright, as shown on this diagram, and we total them up and you should get 58 out of 12 and change it into mixed number, so you will get 4, 5, 6, alright, and Ameline already have 4 meters of ribbon. Step 2, you need to get the extra ribbon required so that we can attach around Ameline's wardrobe. Okay, so extra ribbon required 4, 5, 6 minus 4, and we need 5, 6 more. Okay, we need 5, 6 more. And don't forget to copy these steps in your notes. Is like exactly like this one. Put step 1 and copy this down. Step 2 and copy this down. Okay, and the final answer is 5, 6. Now we move to multiplication and division of fraction. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to multiply and divide fraction, interpreting division as a multiplicative inverse. Step to success is to ask, first explain that of means multiply. Second, apply KCF means keep, change, flip to solve division of fraction. And last one, express what problem into equation. Please copy this down in your notes. Okay, this slide summarizes the importance of multiplying fraction and dividing fraction. Okay, and common mistake that students do while multiplying the fraction, they always make the denominator equal. You don't need that for multiplication of fraction, okay? You can just simply multiply the denominator directly, okay? And also the numerator directly. So like this, alright, 2 times 3 is 6 and 3 times 4 is 12. Just directly multiply like that, okay? And your answer will be 612. When you simplify, you'll get 1/2, alright? And if you multiply whole number, remember every whole number denominator is 1. Okay, just put 1 here to change it in forms of fraction. And then you multiply directly 9 times 2 and 1 times 5. Okay, so 9 times 2 will give you 18 and 1 times 5 will give you 5 and you will get this. Okay, and when you get improper fraction, always change it in terms of mixed number like this. Alright, and the third situation here, when we have multiplication with mixed number here. If you encounter mixed number in multiplications of fraction, so change it into improper fraction first. Okay, you cannot do the whole number you multiply with this fraction here as what you do for addition or subtraction. Okay, once we change this to 1/3 into improper fraction, then you can directly multiply 2 times 7, which is 14, and then 3 times 3 will give you 9. Again, here you have improper fraction. Therefore, for the final answer, you need to change it into mixed number. That is the three situation when you multiply fraction. Remember, for multiplying fraction, you don't need to make sure the denominator equal. You don't need that, okay? Please remember this one. And for dividing, the most famous method is KCF. I'm sure you already familiar with this KCF, even during your primary level. Okay? K means keep, C means change, F means flip. Okay? Now, for the first situation here, we have fraction and fraction, and then you need to keep the first fraction. Okay? Keep the first fraction, and you change this division into multiplication, and the last fraction that you need to flip. Okay? The last fraction here that you need to flip become 3 out of 1. Okay, become 3 out of 1. And then once you flip, then you can simply multiply numerator with numerator. 2 times 3 will give you 6. Denominator with denominator, 3 times 1 give you 3. And don't forget to simplify. Then your final answer will be 2. Okay? And if you see here, we have the second situation here, we have whole number. Okay? You make this whole number in terms of fraction. Every whole number denominator is 1. Okay? You keep the first fraction here. You you change the division into multiplication, and the last fraction that you need to flip. Okay, you need to flip from 1/3. Now it become 3 out of 1. Okay, once you flip, you already at this stage, then you can proceed with multiplication. 9 times 3, 1 times 1 will give you 27 out of 1. Don't leave your answer as 27 out of 1. Okay, every whole number, just put it as one whole like this. Okay, 27 for your final answer. The last situation here, you encounter divisions of fraction with mixed fraction. Again, you change it into improper fraction. You do the KCF, right? KCF, then you multiply, and here you have proper fraction already, so you don't need to make it as mixed number. You already have proper fraction, so why you need to change them into mixed number? Alright, you don't need that, but you need to simplify. Okay, you need to simplify, and once we simplify, you will get 2 out of 7. So in this slide, it explained to you thoroughly about how you're going to solve multiplications of fraction and multiplication of division. This is very basic. You already learned during your primary level. Please take your time to understand this method. Very basic and very important. Okay, now let us proceed with example 21a. Here you need to multiply minus 2 times 1 1/3. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now you change it into improper fraction, so you will get this. And remember, every whole number denominator is 1, and this negative belong to number 2 here. Okay, so negative 2 times 4 will give you negative 8 divided by 3. Okay, divide by 3. Therefore, your final answer, remember, if you have improper fraction for your answer, you need to change it into mixed number. Okay, for sure, during your primary level, you already exposed with that one. Every time you have improper fraction for your final step, you need to change it into mixed number for your final answer. Therefore, your final answer will be negative 2 to z. Moving on with example 21b, 1/3 of 1/4. So what is of? I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now of mean multiply. So 1 times 1 will give you 1, 3 times 4 will give you 12. We already have proper fraction, so 1/12 will be your final answer. Next, example 21c. This is about division. 1/4 divided by 3/10. Okay, so I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now remember for division of fraction, please recall KCF. K means keep, C means change, F means flip. What fraction that you're going to flip? The last fraction. Okay, you keep the first fraction here, so 1/4. You change this division into multiply, and the last fraction here that you're going to flip. Okay, so from 3, 10, you will get 10 out of 3. After that, you can proceed with the calculation. 1 times 10 will give you 10. 4 times 3 will give you 12. So 10 divided by 12, when you simplify, will give you 5, 6. Okay, therefore your final answer is 5, 6. Or during the calculation here, if this is paper 1, you can cancel out here, will become 2, and then cancel out this 5, cancel out this 10 will give you 5. That is how I got 1 times 5, 5, 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, directly simplify from this fraction here. Okay, how? Cross multiplication. 4 with 10, 1 with 3, and then 1 with 4, then 10 with 3. Okay, and then we have 5, 6 here. Therefore, your final answer is 5, 6. Alright, here you have both of the fractions are mixed number. Recall what I already explained just now. If you encounter mixed number in division of fraction, what you're going to take? Okay, what will be the first step that you're going to do? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now you need to change both of this fraction into improper fraction. So here you will get 15 out of 2 divided by 9 out of 4. And then do the KCF. So 15 divided by 2 times 4, 9. Okay. And you can cancel out which value that you can cancel out. Like here, you can cancel 2 and 4 become 1. This one become 2. 15 and 9, you also can cancel out. This one will give you 3. 15 will give you 5. And then when you double check here, we cannot cancel anymore. And we double check here, we cannot cancel anymore. Therefore, we proceed with the next step. So 5 times 2 will give you 10, and then 1 times 3 will give you 3. And here you have improper fraction, so change it into mixed number, and your final answer will be 3/1. Okay. Now, example 22. 4/7 of a number is 84. Find the number. Remember, you need to check the keywords. Here the keywords are of and is. So you will see this kind of questions again in topics of algebra. Very important and very famous in exam. So I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now for 7 of mean multiply is mean equal. Okay, is here mean equal. And a number in maths, if we have unknown value here, we express it by any alphabet. Okay, do not put question mark. Okay, express it by using any alphabet. So here I'm using Y. Okay, I'm using Y to express this unknown value. Okay, so for 7 times Y will give you 14. And here focus how I'm going to remove this 7 from the side of Y here. Make that 7 become multiplicative inverse. Okay, I repeat myself here. Focus. This is the simplest way that I can give you. So please focus and try to understand this method. We have 7 in Y side, and we need to remove that 7 because we only want Y. Okay, therefore to remove fraction that involve in the side of unknown value Y here, to remove that one, make it multiplicative inverse to the next side. Okay, here we have 7. Once we do the multiplicative inverse, then it will become 7 out of 4. In other words, multiplicative inverse means flip or reciprocal. Okay, and then you proceed with the calculation. You should get 147. Next, example 23. Calculate 5/8 of $14. I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now, so we express these word problems into expression. Okay, so 5/8 of mean multiply $14 is 14. So you will get 35 out of 4, and when we change it into decimal, it will become $8.75. Okay, because of this question is about dollar, so change it into decimal. Okay, so $8.75. Example 24. Akil has 15 shirts in his closet. If 2 out of every 3 of these shirts are striped, how many unstriped shirts does he have in his closet? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now here I will draw 15 boxes to represent that 15 shirts, and I will split all of these boxes into group of 3. Alright, and here it mentioned that 2 out of every 3 of these shirts are striped, so I will take 2 of each group. Okay, so here is striped shirts, but the question here, how many unstriped shirts does he have in his closet? So whatever left here, it will be the unstriped shirts. Okay, so you can count how many boxes left here. Therefore, we have 5 boxes, means we have 5 shirts. Okay. Example 25. Hadi feeds his pet cat 3/5 of a can of cat food each day. How many cans of cat food should Hadi buy each week? Okay, I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now 1 week we have 7 days. Alright, so 1 week we need 21 out of 5 can of cat foods. Alright, so if we express this answer into mixed number, we will get 4/1/5. Now, the question here, how many cans of cat food should Hadi buy? When we have when we have fraction or any kind of these questions, that means we need extra. Okay. Therefore, instead of buying 4 can of cat food, we should buy 5 can. Okay. Therefore, Hadi should buy 5 can of cat food each week. Alright, and the final answer is 5 cans. Next, last subtopic, ordering of integers, decimals, and fractions. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to solve problems involving comparison and ordering of integers, decimals, and fractions in a range of different contexts, including those involving different units of measurement, using the symbol equal, not equal, less than or equal to, greater than or greater than equal to. As to S, the steps to success. First, explain that ordering a list of numbers means stating the numbers from least to greatest or greatest to least. Differentiate ascending order and descending order. You must familiar with this word, ascending and descending, right? And last one, familiarize the symbol equal, not equal to, less than or equal to, or greater or equal to in comparing the values. Okay, so don't forget to copy this down in your notes. Ordering a list of numbers means stating the numbers from least to greatest or greatest to least. A number line is a useful tool for comparing and ordering numbers. And we did cover this number line in topic of integers. So this number line is very important. You should understand by now how to use this number line, right? And we read a number line from left to right with numbers further to the left having lower values. Okay, you should familiar with these words. First ascending and the second one is descending. And just remember A for the smallest, D for down, okay? When we talk about ascending order, we need to put the numbers in order of from lowest to the highest, okay? Ascending. Descending, to put numbers in order, place them from highest down to lowest. So for ascending, we need to start from the lowest value. Just remember that one. And when ordering a list of numbers, it is important for you to know these tips, okay? The first one, all negative numbers are less than positive numbers. For sure, you know that one. Negative numbers with larger magnitude are smaller. The larger the negative numbers, it will be smaller, okay? Fraction can be compared by writing them with a common denominator or converting them to decimal. Personally, for me, converting to decimal will be the safest way if you're doing the ordering. Decimal can be rewritten with os at the end to make comparison easier. And last one, fractions and decimals are more easily compared when all are expressed as decimal. So if we have fraction and decimals, it's better for you to change all of the fraction numbers into decimal so that it will be much easier for you to compare. Alright? So this slide is very important. You must familiar with the keywords and you must familiar with the steps. Okay. Now, let's do this example 26. Write one of these symbols in each gap to make a true statement. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now the first one, the answer is 1/4 is greater than 0.5. Number 2, the second one, 5.5 kilometer, and then here 7,500 meters. So 5.5 kilometer is less than 7,500 meter. And now, if you solve this one, you will get 40. So 40 here, so equal sign. Alright? Next, example 27. Put these numbers in order of size starting with the smallest. I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now here we have mixed numbers. When I say mixed number here means we have negative integers, we have fraction, we have decimal. So what you're going to do for this fraction, change it into decimal so that it much be easier for you to list down starting from the smallest. Okay, like this. So 1/8 means 0.125. After that, uh, you compare the numbers. So -7 is the smallest, and you can label like this. The second smallest will be 0.078. The third one will be 1/8, and the last one is 0.55. But for your final answer, use the original values. And the first one is -7, and then 0.078, and then 1/8, and last one 0.55. The last one before we stop, example 28. Label these integers on the number line. So we have -6, we have 8, -9, 0, 2, and -2. So you need to label these numbers on the number line. Okay, I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now, so -6 will be here, and then 8 will be here, and -9, 0, 2, and -2. Alright, so please, this integers is very important. Please revise, and please make sure you understand the steps. You please alert with the sign, right? And as usual, we will end our session by reciting dua. Don't forget to complete your notes. And thank you so much. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya rabbal alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah engkau ajarkan kepadaku, dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.